Hello book besties and welcome back to my channel, Christie's Books. For today's video, we're going to be reading books that intimidate me. Books that every time I pass the bookshelves, they stare at me. They make eye contact with me. They're like, read me, read me, read me. I've been on your shelf for 3 years. And I just ignore them. Am I terrified? Absolutely. Am I excited? Yes, we have our work cut out for us this week. There are genuinely so many books that I do not read because of like the fear of them. What if they don't live up to the hype? What if everyone's just lying to me and this is not actually a good book, but everyone's like, oh my god, you have to read this, and it's a flop? What if it brings on emotional turmoil and then I'm bedridden? There's so many what ifs. I'm excited. With all of that being said, the first book on our TBR for the week. Oh my god, wait, this is crazy. This is crazy, guys. This is crazy. Guys, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is... Okay, take a shot every time I say this is crazy. A Court of Thorns and Roses. A Court of Thorns and Roses. I have no idea what this book is about. All I know, someone is in the woods. There's a wolf. Someone is like a fae. There's creatures. Someone has a sister, Nesty. There's a lot of smut with these fairies. That's all I literally know. Nothing has been spoiled. I don't know how I've survived without this book being spoiled. I don't even know the main character's name. I have a feeling it starts with P. So it's not P. Fiery? I'm gonna have to look that up later. I have no idea what this bitch's name is. We're gonna read this book. Terrified. But also, no, I'm actually just terrified. This book has taken TikTok by storm. Like, this is the romantic-y girly book that you need to read before you are like in the genre. It's like this and Fourth Wing. We're starting the book. First initial thoughts. I'm only on to chapter 2, page 20. What is this bitch's name? Every time her name is on this page, I'm like, what's my name? What's my name? The second thing, why is everyone else so effing lazy? Everyone is just like, woe is me, I need a new cloak, I need this, and homegirl's out here hunting in the woods. Fire is better than me. I'm sorry. All this like bitching and moaning. Get your own food. But something just made me like literally LOL. The dad saying this to, what's her name, Nesta? She's like, someone proposed to me and he said, you can't chop wood for us, but you want to marry a woodcutter's son? He had her gagged. I knew that thing was not a wolf. I knew it. Homegirl was just captured and her family was just fucking standing there being like, no, not me, take her. Y'all are weird. I'd be like, bitch, take us all. She has like terrible siblings. And even her dad is like kind of bad too. Like, these people, like, they're not for the girls. It's good so far. Nothing has like had me gooped and gagged yet, but I don't think anything would in the first 40 pages. That would be really weird. We are doing our skincare and we're gonna discuss the first 100 pages of acotar. If you see my laundry, no you don't. Okay, first of all, if you have never heard of acotar, number one, who are you? Acotar is about this girl named Feyre. Yes, Feyre. She and her family are very poor. They've lost all their money and they're kind of like scavenging for food. While she is scavenging for food, she ends up killing a wolf. Really doesn't think much of it, goes about her daily life, and then a mere couple hours later, yeah, there's a creature at her door that is like, you just killed Faye. Obviously that's not good. Her options are to either die or she can be like a prisoner in this like fae world. She ends up becoming a prisoner in this fae world. That's pretty much all I know so far. Not that much has like honestly happened. Let me reflect. No, that's literally all that's happened. It's not slow, it's just like we're setting up the world. We're world building right now, you know what I'm saying? She's in this other world and she's with these guys named Lucian and Tamlin. There's like creatures, you know? I'm curious about this series because so many people talk about it and so many people are like, get through the first book. I'll say I'm intrigued, but I'm not like, I need to keep reading. Like, I haven't gotten to that level yet, but also nothing really has happened. I might read some more tonight, I might not. It just really depends on my laundry, my mood, and my tiredness. I have not gotten much farther into this book, but I just had a memory. When people talk about acotar and they talk about this series, like they talk about a man that is not Tamlin. I believe his name is Rysand. I do not know how to say it, but I do know how to spell it. RSY. Okay, I actually don't know how to spell it, just kidding. He is not in this book right now. So I'm kind of like, where is it? She just cleaned Tamlin's wounds and it was giving flirty. It was giving flirty. 30, flirty, and thriving. I can't help but think, is this the main love interest? I feel like it's giving love triangle. Because I do know this other man exists. I have no idea in what context. If this is a love triangle series, I am going to get the ick though. I'm not gonna lie. I hate love triangles. What did I get myself into? Anyways, my phone is trying to act suspicious. So this angle is a little bit odd, but just don't worry about that. We are about halfway through the book and I'm on exactly page 198 if you want to compare notes. I'm much more intrigued. When I first started this book, Feyre is so small. She's so dainty. I was afraid that she wasn't going to be like a badass. Thought she was going to be like, oh, I'm scared. Woe is me. But she's kind of fighting, okay? And I really like Feyre. There will be a section of this vlog that is like a spoiler section. If you haven't read this book, I don't want to spoil things for you. Essentially, more things are getting revealed. We're meeting new people. We just met somebody. I think he's the person I was referring to. Like, they didn't name him, but she said the most beautiful man I've ever seen. So I'm assuming we've met this Rysand or whatever. I really do think that it's getting more fast paced. It's getting more interesting. At this point, I don't really know who to trust because this isn't really like a spoiler to my knowledge because I don't know. Seems like a lot of... Why are we doing yard work? That is so effing rude. Can y'all hear that? Oh my god. I feel like Sharpay Evans when she's like, everybody quiet! Well, that's effing rude and I'm so sorry. I feel like there's a lot of things that are being like glimmered. If you know, you know. And I'm not going to elaborate any further on what that means. All you need to know right now in this non-spoiler section of this vlog, I'm enjoying it. Feyre's kind of badass. I don't trust anyone really at this rate, but there are 2 hot men in this book. I'm actually really enjoying it, guys. Angle, questionable. So many things are going on. We got some smut. He also said, I love you. That's weird. That's desperate. You know what I'm saying? Like, your first roll in the hay doesn't mean you're in love. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been here, like, what, a couple business days? That was weird. Okay, we are on the last 30 pages of this book. And I'm nervous. Like, what could it be? What's going on? We have 30 pages left and nothing seems to be wrapped up. That's dirty. That's dirty. I cannot stand this Amarantha bitch. Right. Okay. I need to sit on this. I need to think. I need to sit on this and think. We have officially finished acotar. So here are my thoughts. I enjoyed the book. I felt very invested. I really enjoyed the world building. I enjoy the different characters, but I honestly kind of felt like the end was anticlimactic. I think I was expecting like this big like something to happen, like I don't know, and maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. And I talked to some people who I know like love this book and they were like, baby, we treat this book as like a prequel to the other ones. Like, it is just setting things up, getting the ball rolling. I did give this a 4-star. Like, this is a solid 4-star read. I enjoyed my time. There was like a sliver that expected this to be a 5-star read based off of all the things I hear about like the second and the third book. 5 stars is a possibility in this series. Here are going to be some of my spoiler thoughts if you have read the book. If not, skip to this timestamp. Hello, this is the spoiler section of the video. If you have not read acotar, goodbye. But I mean, like, if you don't care, like, you can also stay too. Like, we're not kicking you out. I almost feel like I wish the book ended on the trials, or like we didn't really know what happened after homegirl died. What's her name? Anaconda. I literally can never remember her name. Amarantha. I don't know. I just felt like it was almost like a weird ending. Like, she dies, all is back to normal. Like, we're all just gonna go on our merry way and like all is good in the neighborhood. Like, that just felt very like unrealistic to me. And I do think that this could have been like a standalone book technically. Like, at this point, the only reason I feel like I'm gonna read book 2 and 3 is because so many people are like, you have to read them. I don't know if I would read them if I didn't know they were good. Like, I would be like, this has satisfied me. Like, the only thing I'm still like, is her family. Like, where are they? And also, I like this Rhysand. Okay, so I would like to see more of him. Like, he was like my favorite. And also controversial, I guess, because I guess other people didn't feel this way. I like love Nesta. Like, she's like rude. And she's just like, she just is who she is. Kind of oblivious, but also like when it counts, she's there. So those are my thoughts on acotar. I may one day film a video where I'm reading the other acotar books, like spoiler versions. The next book that we are going to read for this video is very intimidating to me because of its size. It's a honker. And how much I love another book from this author, and I'm like, I'm worried I've hyped it up personally too much for myself. The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. The Nightingale is one of my favorite books, literally of all time. I genuinely think about that book at least every other day. I'm terrified to read this book. I've just heard so many good things about this, and I have an eerie suspicion I'm gonna cry. I've put this pressure on myself because I'm like, you loved The Nightingale so much. Like, are all of her books like The Nightingale, or is like The Nightingale like the book? You know what I'm saying? Because I haven't read anything from her. Hello. I haven't read anything else from her, so I don't know if The Nightingale was her big one. You know, I don't know much about this. It takes place in Alaska, 1974. Family in crisis, living off the grid, harsh, unforgiving wilderness, Vietnam War. I didn't retain any of that information, I'm not gonna lie. I also really want to read this because when I'm filming this, like, it's currently Wednesday, and on Saturday and Sunday it's supposed to snow in Atlanta. I've been saving this book for like a cold winter's day because it takes place in Alaska, and the fact that like we're getting snow this week, I'm like, I think I need to read this right now. Like, it's calling to me. I started The Great Alone. I'm on page 66, chapter 5. Oh my gosh. This has the potential of being a 5-star, like immediately, like right off the bat. I really relate to Lenny, our main character, just like having to kind of like be a parent to your parents. Right now we're just kind of setting up the plot of the book. Her family has just now moved to Alaska in this like very, very off the grid remote place. There's literally like less than 30 people in this town. They're just kind of getting like a feel of the town, a feel of the people right now. I underlined something because it made me laugh so hard. You know what they say about finding a man in Alaska? The odds are good, but the goods are odd. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It feels so good to like be back in the world of Kristen Hanna. I was so scared to start it, and once I started it, it just like felt like, oh, we're back in. I have 5-star feelings, and I hope we continue that 5-star feeling. You know? I have to update right now. I just finished chapter 8, so I'm on page 140. I'm gagged. My heart is breaking for a specific character. I feel so bad for this character. Like, this is so traumatizing. I hate Lenny's dad. I literally hate him so much. Like, it's a hard thing because I understand that he's like going through stuff, and like this is an era where like therapy wasn't really like a thing. Like, he's just having to fight these demons like in his head, like by himself. But like, I hate what he does to Lenny and Cora. And if you know, you know. Chapter 8, the scene with the hair, I almost barfed on the floor. I'm a vegetarian. That was not for me. I literally gasped aloud. Anyways, like, I literally just had to update you guys because I'm going into work, but I'm literally like, I had to just let you guys know, like, chapter 8, crazy town. Not too much on me sitting on the floor. I have gotten significantly farther in The Great Alone. I think I'm on page like 205 or something like that. I finished like part 1. Like, we're onto a different year now. Like, the end of like the first part of the book, like the first time sequence, like, I was gooped in gags. Like, I was almost crying, but I was also cackling at the same time. I also have started to tab things. That's how you know it's good. I love Lenny so much, the main character. I love her so much. I love Large Marge so much, the most iconic character in this book, and I love her. The dad, literally hate him so much, but also like, ugh, it's so frustrating because he's going through so much. But I've like, since we're in like Lenny's POV, can't stand him. I have a feeling I'm gonna cry at the end of this book because I almost was brought to tears in chapter 11. It's the perfect book to read right now because, I mean, I live in Atlanta, so it's like, it's not the same thing. They're like getting ready for winter and it's cold outside, and I'm like, y'all should see the way that these Southerners are getting ready for this quote unquote winter storm, as close as like an Atlanta girly can get to Alaska, and like the vibes of this book. Yeah, I picked the right time to read this, but yeah, I'm gonna continue reading. pages left of this book. I have literally read most of this in one sitting. So many things were happening. Like, this book is like the biggest whirlwind of emotion. I will be like laughing and being like, yes, period. And then like the next page, I'm sobbing my eyes out. I don't know what crack Kristen Hanna has put in this book, but like, I don't want it to be over. I want to read this book again. Like, I literally want to close this book and then start it back over. Yeah, that's literally all I have to say. Drinking my little tea. We're gonna chit chat about the last book we read and what we're reading next. You guys know that I finished this. You guys saw me crying. You can tell that this book is very well loved. 5 stars. I could talk about this book for probably like 10 hours. All I'm going to say is that this book is beautiful, heartbreaking, tragic, but also heartwarming, tender. I could go on and on. If you are scared of historical fiction and you feel like you have struggled in that genre before and you don't really connect to the characters and like it feels like kind of like a foreign thing from the past, Kristen Hanna is your girl. I need to read more of her books. I could not recommend this enough. Do not be afraid of this book. I know that I was intimidated by it, but like, don't be intimidated. What am I going to read next? Because I only was going to read these 2 books, but I read them in less than a week. So I have like 2 or 3 more days until it's like a full week. I could technically read another book. I have 2 options of 2 books that I'm intimidated by, but they are intimidating to me for 2 completely different reasons. Dead of Winter. This is a horror book, and I don't read that much horror. I'll read like a thriller or like a mystery, but like true horror, I think I've only read maybe 1 or 2. And also, y'all see this now. What other perfect time would there be to read this book than when it's like the wintry, icy storm outside? But this book really intimidates me because I heard that is really gory and like obviously it's a horror book and that's not a typical genre of mine. The next book that intimidates me is The Future Saints. This genre does not intimidate me, but the fact that it's been compared to Daisy Jones and the Six really intimidates me because that is like really big shoes to fill. I wish I could read another book that lived to Daisy Jones and the Six. Now I'm intimidated. I like hold this book in such high regard because every time I look at it, I'm like, are you gonna be 5 stars? I don't know which one I should pick. I don't know which one. Because The Future Saints is more like lighthearted, I feel like. And The Great Alone destroyed me, as you all saw. But Dead of Winter is like, we're literally in the dead of winter right now. I'm gonna be crazy. We're gonna read Dead of Winter. Why am I scared? I'm gonna read it. I have officially started Dead of Winter. I'm on page 50, chapter 11 right now. But is all I can really say right now. It is about our main character, Krista, and her boyfriend, Kieran. I don't know how to say his name. They go on like this little retreat to like this cabin kind of thing, a cold resort, I guess you could say. And they're on this bus on their way to this retreat, but a blizzard comes in. The bus has to stop and they basically get off of the bus. Homegirl literally like falls. She is somehow rescued. She wakes up and finds herself in a cabin and Kieran is not there. It's literally her and then like a bunch of the strangers from the bus and then like the tour guide. She's in this cabin. She's like, we need to go find my man. The tour guide goes missing in the night. So they're like, we need to go find Brian, our tour guide. Like, what the heck? And they step outside this cabin, going to find him. They find Brian's head completely severed, blood everywhere. What a crazy 50 pages. Wow. The mystery right now is like, number 1, where's Kieran? Number 2, how did this happen to Brian? Number 3, how are they going to all survive this? And did one of them kill Brian? I don't know. Pretty crazy. One thing I'm enjoying so far is it's very fast paced. Like each chapter is about a page to 5 pages, like max. And I love when thrillers are kind of like that because it just like, it makes you want to keep going. I don't think I'm like disgusted yet, but like the thought of this man's severed head in the snow is like really disgusting. I'm obviously going to keep reading. This is such a perfect book, like I said, to read during this cold little winter storm because I'm cold right now. Logically, that didn't make any sense. I'm just gonna keep reading. I'm intrigued. Not too much on my appearance. It is self-care Sunday. I just wanted to update you because I am over halfway through this book. I don't know what happened. I'm on page 194, chapter 44. I don't even know how I've gotten this far. I've just been like kind of reading it throughout the day. During like my shower, I was listening to like the audiobook of it, and I don't know how this happened. I don't want to like give spoilers or anything like that. Actually, this is not. Is this on the back of the book? Right. Okay. I feel like I can share this information. There are more people that are dying. People are getting killed off. This is such a fast-paced like page turner. I'm loving it. I think I should read books I'm intimidated by more often. I don't know who the killer could be. I think I have like one prediction, but I don't know if it's true. I really don't know. Low key, is it crazy if I finish this book tonight? Probably. I would have read this entire book on Monday. I have about 140 pages left, which the speed this book is going, that is literally nothing. Oh my gosh. Intense. It's crazy. I'm on chapter 60. Wow. So many things have been revealed and the pieces of the puzzle have like come together. However, I still have 80 pages left. So I'm like, what is about to go down? Like, I'm so stressed. Like, it's not over yet. We have finished Dead of Winter. That was crazy. I'm sure you saw me freaking out. I guessed the plot twist. Am I smarter than a 5th grader? Yes. I just knew. But also I low-key was gaslighting myself and I was like, no, this is crazy. Like, this cannot be real. And then it was. Because I was able to guess the plot twist, it does make me want to lower it by a half star. So I'm gonna say 4.5 stars. Like, I do think that this would have been a 5-star if I did not guess that twist. Oh my god, I would have been goofed and gagged if I did not guess it. This was such a solid book. I'm not sure what differentiates thriller and horror, because to me, this just kind of felt like a thriller, just like more gory. Wait, is that horror? I don't know what the difference is, honestly. If you are really into thrillers and you can handle a little bit of gore, I feel like this one is fine. Like, this is not something that would keep me up at night, but it was very gory. Like, if you can't handle gore, I would not recommend this book. But if you are a lover of the thriller genre and you don't mind a little gore, you should read this. I just want to commend how fast-paced this book was and how much of a page turner it is. Like, there was no extra fluff. There was no nonsense. Like, it literally was just plot, 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 plot. Twist, turn, twist, turn, twist, turn. One thing I also want to commend about this book, yes, I was able to guess the plot twist. However, in so many thrillers, I guess the killer like on like the first couple pages and I'm like, boom, clocked. Yeah, that's right. Or I don't guess it, but it is so out of left field and it doesn't like factually make sense within the story. And then I'm just kind of like pissed off because I'm like, in what world would this literally happen? But with this book, I feel like it was hard to guess, but also like it all like factually makes sense. Like from the get-go of the book, like all the pieces fit together. Most thrillers I read, I'm like, wait, there's a plot hole. There is no plot holes in this book. 4.5 stars. Again, I would rate it higher if I wasn't a brat. With all of that being said, I am going to end the video here. I've literally found such great books doing this video, and I don't think I would have read these books if I wasn't forced by me. Leaving this video, I now have a series I'm going to continue, a familiar author that I'm going to read more of her books, and a new author that hopefully I like some of her other books too. Patting myself on the back for that one. Thank you so much for watching this video. It would mean the world to me if you subscribe to this channel and continue to follow me along on my reading journey. Have a great rest of your day or night whenever you're watching this, and bye!